Hello, hello, this is Scott Rosano. Another Gigbuilder 100 series video. This is number 119 and it's event pricing. The last 4 or 5 videos that we've been working on have been dealing specifically with the event. And if you haven't looked at those, I would suggest going back and watching from 115 on. That'll let you know where we are. But basically, we created an event on July 29th, 2023 that ended up being what we have now as a Smith wedding reception, and myself is the one that's running the event. So again, we'll just go ahead and click to bring that into Gigbuilder. And remember that it is always in read-only mode. So if we're going to make any changes, we click edit or we double click the mouse, which is what I just did there. And that brings it into edit mode and we're going into pricing. Now we skipped over docs. That's an advanced thing and we will get to that in a 200 series. But in order to actually run the events, it's not necessary. Pricing is. So pricing's built out into a few things. We have packages, which if you've gone through our earlier videos, you've probably set up one or two. Options and add-ons, such as additional uplighting or whatever else that you would want to consider as an option or an add-on. We then go with any discounts or coupons they may have had. And then we've got some summaries, overtimes, etc., and gives us an idea of where our event's going to be. So first of all, if you're not going to be using our packages or add-ons or anything else like that, you just want to price it. You can change your package name to custom and then put whatever amount in that you want to, like $1,500, and there's my event. No packages necessary, no add-ons necessary. Again, Gigbuilder can work with your company. So that's one way to do it. And so we custom added the $1,500, which is what I'm going to charge for this wedding. The start time, offset, and duration are something different. In many cases, your first service in an event is the whole thing. And you can pretty much ignore all of this. But say, for example, somebody wanted to bring in a photo booth as well, and that photo booth is only going to be there for a couple hours. We could add that as another option. In fact, I'm going to show you a little bit here. If we change the package name and we decide to go by packages, it'll bring up the package. It would normally bring up the price, but since we had a price in there, it basically did the same thing, although I think it was set at $1,500. Now, you can bring in a second service type if you want. And on that one, I can say the start time offset's 4 hours, and it's going to go for 2 hours. So they basically bought this for 2 hours, but they don't want it to start until 4 hours in. So that's kind of how those things work. We're not necessarily needing any of this stuff right here, but we're just looking at the service type, and here we go. So $1,500, the gold wedding package, or as you saw, just clicked in by yourself, is good to go. If I press this little guy here to refresh, that should bring in the deposit amount. And on this particular package, there may not have been one, or something else had been done there, because that should have gone to 100. In fact, let's go to custom, and I'll change this to 1,500 again. Tab that over, and there's our $100 deposit, which was set up defaulted. So I probably have it set as no deposit for the others. So you've got a $100 deposit. We're not doing taxes here, so it's not taxed. You would need to go back to a setup video to set up for taxes. And then the pricing auto compute. This is kind of important. You can auto or manual compute it. Auto compute is great while you're setting everything up, but then I would change it to manual compute so that you don't have to worry about changes being made. So auto compute should be left that way. Next down here we have options, and that option name can be something that we added like uplighting, and then how many, maybe they wanted 4 of them. Okay, and so that has brought up the package, which is now at $1,680, adding everything. There's no travel, setup fees, and anything else like this, which we'll all get into in advance. But all we know is that the balance due is $1,680 and nothing's been received. So we've gone through all this and we've seen what's here. Event subtotal, then we've got the plus. Travel fees, we haven't created. Plus setup fees, we haven't created. Plus overtime, we haven't created. So quite a bit of work can be done in here to build that up. And then once we get to the top, we can add tips and then minus our expenses, labor expenses, mileage, tax, etc., giving you an event profitability. The client invoice is the last thing on here. It is in beta, and there will be its own video for it. So in this video, you've gone in, you've seen how to add a package or do it custom. You've seen how to add options and add-ons and quantities to get your pricing. You've seen what's going on with deposit and taxes. and you see how your event costs come out and how the profitability ends up showing at the end. So with that, we're going to go ahead and hit save and close. That'll register all that information within inside Gigbuilder. It will take us back to the home screen, and you are ready for the next video.